Right, yeah, welcome back. We are looking at this time. We're looking at choosing the best algorithm from multiple classification algorithms. Sometimes you have a data set that you want to run, but you don't know which uh, algorithm that is best for that particular data set that can perform best. So you may want to combine multiple algorithms together at a time to see which one of them that is will do better or will perform best among them. So that is why you try to this time around. This is not a ensemble. We're going to look at that later in the next class, but this is just looking at individual algorithm now. I mean individually, but combining them together in one uh, chunk of code to see which one perform best. So we're going to demonstrate this by combining SVM, decision tree, random forest, neural network, GD, KNNs using a breast cancer Wisconsin dataset. We're going to look at the performance comparison and the function matrices and the classification reports. So let us run the library, general library first. So we run this first. So when we run this, we have our library around, and we look at this one is the general library now, okay, for all of them. So we are going to look at the data set for the math plotting for pandas and NumPy, and for the this splitting of data set for standardization to perform some kind of transformation. Then also for the architecture report, this is general one now. For that library particular to particular uh, classifier now, for SVM, decision tree, random forest, MLP classifier, SGD, and so on. So we are combining them together in one to run this one also. All right. So then we also load the data set now. Load our data set, which is our usual data set we have used before several times. Let's consider. So we get our x comma y, which means our feature and our target variable. All right. Then data is processed here now using 70% for training, 30% for testing. So you can swap, you can change to 80 and 20 and see the difference actually. So there's no problem with that. So we must understand that because ANN is among them, so and it's a it's a feature scales is sensitive. And it's sensitive to feature scaling, so we have to scale. Of course, not only is ANN, even SVM. So we scale them. You see the data set here. Then we also initialize the model. For each model we initialize, called models open here. So we initialize SVM, decision tree, random forest, neural network, SGD, KNN. Visualize it. So perform it. So you can see, but we are using for I think RBF. Don't forget, and random say 42 to make it for each of them. Actually, we are using random for random state 42 for each of them actually to standardize it to make it reproducible, okay, so that it will not be changing. No. So now you can see that each of the parameters subject it can be increased. We only supply major parameters here. This is just a default one or common parameter. So for each of them, there are more parameters you can supply for each of them. If you are developing more complex analysis, I mean, not more programs, so you can just expand data set. I mean, the parameters and add more based on whatever you are doing. Okay, you can see the neural network here. Also, we are just supplying our iteration ultrasound, and for SGD we have loss is equal to log loss and random forest. So then we are looking at we are using neighbor 5 for KNN by default. Can supply 3, but at least 5 is good. So you can train here. So we have run this. So we train our data set, okay, and predict and evaluate. So our result comes out here. We have our result here. All right. can see here the train. We have accuracy resource, function matrix, and report and the coefficient report here. So you can see our performance here. So yes, you see SB support vector machine, decision tree, random forest, neural network, and SGD, then KNN. You can see what we have. I think the highest so far is a neural network, 98.83%. SVM also performed well, 97.66, right? Then followed by random forest. Okay. Now you can specialize the individual plot here. So by setting global parameters first for each of them. So if you run this now, you can see here. You can see. So just call them. So in this case, now we are looking at an individual constraint matrix here, individual here. Okay, this is good for maybe your thesis or for your manuscript. You can just put it there like this. So for each of them, you're having their accuracy display, okay, on the top here, and you can have their this is malignant, this is benign, actual, and predicted. You can see their this confirmatory display in this particular column, so you can calculate by yourself even without displaying here. So you can see for each of them, you display it on top of their head like this. So that is make it. So this is just basically neural network SVM random forest typically perform best on the dataset. Even though neural network is the best, additional trees are more interpretable but often less accurate. And SGD and KNN provide decent baseline performance. All models achieve over 94% accuracy, showing a dataset is relatively easy. Right, so we can look at the detailed algorithm here, alright, which means that for the best, look at choosing the best now. So among them, you can see we're looking at the best, perform the best among them here, which is a highest accuracy. It's 98.83%, which is a neural network. Alright, so you can see here. So now you can see the issue. You can see the detailed report of that neural network only now. So we are picking the best from the rest now, right? Printing the best out of the rest. So best model for accuracy and the reports here. You can see this is the detailed report for the best accuracy, this is the best algorithm among them. All right. So this is how you choose the best algorithm among the multiple algorithm on your data set. Then you should look at the one that is you can use. So now it's obviously that neural network perform 98.83, each approximately 99% accuracy on the data set. So I think this is good enough for us to you can plug your data set in and run it and see if you're able to perform this one very easily. So you can print out the result, then generating. So this is what you're going to do today for now. So in the next class, we continue from there and see where we go. So in the next slide, we're going to be looking at assembling, assemble approach, which is similar to this but different a little bit. So, all right, I will see us in the next class. And we'll see again. Thank you so much for listening.